have to admit, I really like old people. When an old man holds open the door for me, my heart literally melts. They always have the most adorable smiles, and their wise words are always so inspirational. I realize that as they get older, they learn to embrace a rather slow-paced life. Well, their leisurely lifestyle is also reflected in their driving. We've all been driving behind an elderly person, going 10 miles under the speed limit, and are just willing them to speed up. Actually, their cautiousness can sometimes cause more harm than good. After a personal experience with an elderly driver, I decided to research the number of accidents that are caused by elderly drivers, about 70 years and older, and realized that this is a serious problem that can be combated by enacting stricter driving laws and more evaluation of older people's driving. So, today I would like to talk about why laws for the elderly should be reviewed, the causes for their poor driving ability, and what can be done to improve this situation. It is no secret that elderly drivers have caused many accidents and deaths over the years. Actually, elderly drivers 70 to 74 averaged 4 times the amount of errors made behind the wheel compared to middle-aged drivers. I know that when I was learning to drive, my parents were constantly worried about how my driving was going to affect other people. I do not think senior citizens and their caregivers are considering how much their driving skills can deteriorate as they age. The U.S. Department of Transportation Federal Highway Administration said that elderly drivers account for about 13% of all of the accidents that occurred in 2002. I have a graph here that shows the amount of moving violations and the amount of accidents per million miles of driving for all different age groups. And as you can see here, as the ages get older, the amount of red lines, the accidents, dramatically increases. As you may know, I was recently involved in an accident that involved an old woman. She was 83 years old and failed to stop at a red light. This caused her to hit another truck that had a trailer on the back. The trailer exploded, and all of the debris hit me. Consequently, I suffered many injuries, and this accident has directly affected my life for the past couple months. 24.8% of drivers aged 74 years of age keep driving, and when they're involved in an accident, suffer more serious injuries. The old woman who caused my accident suffered a broken leg as well. Recently, I heard a story on the news about an old woman driver who was going the wrong way on an expressway and killed a young motorcyclist. Obviously, senior citizens are not thinking about the danger that they are putting other people in when they get behind the wheel. There are many possible causes for the deterioration of older people's driving capabilities. Many report that they have become more conservative on the road with their increased age. According to smartmotorist.com, 1 in 3 elderly people have some sort of vision-reducing eye disease by the time they're 65. With this being said, these seniors are more likely to miss important things on the road, such as red lights, that can cause some serious problems. Another issue facing older drivers is that their reflexes begin to diminish as they grow older. They cannot react quickly to issues on the road, and we all know that sometimes swift thinking is necessary to avoid an accident. Hearing loss can also cause problems because that removes just another one of their senses that is necessary for being fully aware of what's going on while driving. While driving, we must be alert to hear ambulance and police sirens so we can move out of their way. Older motorists can potentially cause accidents if they do not hear the sirens. Seniors usually begin to see declines in their brain function as well. With all of this being said, there are many physical and mental concerns that could impair an elderly motorist's driving ability. The only way to solve this problem is for stricter driving regulations to be put in place for older drivers, and for the Department of Motor Vehicles to require driving tests more often. As stated by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, in the next 20 years, the number of elderly drivers is predicted to triple in the United States. So, there is a greater risk of accidents because of older people and their poor driving abilities. Only 2 states, New Hampshire and Illinois, require the elderly to pass road tests to renew their driver's license. Other than these two states, no one can identify whose physical ability or mental awareness was diminished. I believe that older drivers should have deficit screening tests to measure their performance, and they should be evaluated by their doctors and so to make sure that they are not a safety hazard for themselves and others. This should be required in every state as well. These simple acts can help save lives and prevent many injuries, so I feel like they would be a worthwhile investment to the United States citizens' safety. See, I was only a pedestrian walking on the sidewalk, and I was still in danger. All in all, I believe that the number of accidents and deaths involving elderly drivers is a huge problem that can be combated by passing stricter driving laws and more evaluation of older people's driving. I think that these are simple measures that will save countless lives. As much as I respect elderly people, it is really important for them to realize that their health problems can prevent them from being safe on the roads. So, I hope that in the near future, the government requires them to have driving tests so I can continue to endure old people without worrying about their driving capabilities. Thank you.